Welcome back. Welcome back. We are back with another video. My name is Crystal Denitra, and thank you for joining Truth TV Podcast. Hello to all of my subscribers, and welcome to all of my new subscribers. I see my little subscriber count getting up there. We at 34, and I am so appreciative for you guys tuning in and wanting to heal and wanting to learn about narcissistic behavior, toxic relationships. As I told you guys in previous videos, I am in recovery from narcissistic and domestic abuse. So I am definitely an advocate for both. I started this channel as a healing journey for myself, and I invite you guys to take the journey with me. I would love for you guys to heal with me, grow with me. We need to get rid of toxicity all 2023 and beyond. And I'm just excited that you decided to stop and take a listen to the videos. So today we're going to talk about gaslighting. We're going to talk about what gaslighting is, why narcissists and toxic people use gaslighting. So, we always like to start off with definitions. So by definition, and I'm getting this straight from Google, gaslighting is to manipulate someone using psychological methods into questioning their own sanity or powers of reasoning. Gaslighting is a form of psychological manipulation in which the abuser attempts to sow self-doubt and confusion into their victim's mind. Typically, gaslighters are seeking to gain power and control over the other person by distorting reality and forcing them to question their own judgment and intuition. Pretty much, toxic people use the boomerang communication. And what that is that when you say something to a toxic person, they then turn around and use that same information or whatever you told them on you. They love to flip things. They love to turn things upside down, inside out, and all around and around. Gaslighting is basically a form of, like I said, psychological, but also emotional abuse. It can leave you, feeling like, whatever the person is telling you is, holds weight. And sometimes you question your sanity, you question just yourself all around. You know what I'm saying? It's one of those things where people are so good at manipulating the truth, and then they'll start to get others to get on that bandwagon as well. And that's pretty much called the smear campaign. So a couple signs or a couple things that toxic people say that that you're getting gaslit is that you're too sensitive. I've heard that once or twice or maybe 3 or 4 times in my life where people will say, oh, you're just too sensitive, or, you're taking it the wrong way. You're taking what I'm saying the wrong way, which in fact, I'm taking it exactly how they're saying it. Like I told you guys before in other videos, I'm an empathic person. I feel other people's feelings. I'm very honed in onto, how people are feeling. I told you guys that my bones and body aches when people tell me certain things. So I'm just kind of an emotional person, and knowing that sometimes people can take advantage of me because of that. The goal of a toxic person is basically to keep you in a state of confusion. They want you to have these distorted realities about yourself. And they do this by using passive aggressive remarks, just trying to maintain their power by using fear. And that's another good one that narcissistic people do. They always try to put the fear of God in you, to keep you to stick around and to basically maintain and keep up with their mess. But I'm telling you guys that the minute you let toxic people go, your life will be so much better. Like I told you guys in other videos, this is the most peace that I've ever had in my life because I made a decision to let go of toxic people that just weren't for me. Some relationships I longed to keep, but then there were others that I knew I had to just let go. And then even with the ones that I longed to keep, I feel like God was just always protecting me from them. You know what I'm saying? People would, frenemies would invite me out places. And then when it's time to go, it's hard to, catch up with them, or they'll keep spinning you, things like that. Even though they have pressed the issue and, told me that they wanted me in their space, when it came down to it, they were just spinning me, trying to basically manipulate me and make me look crazy to other people. So once I started discerning and using my discernment I decided that I wasn't going to no longer put up with that. You know what I'm saying? I'm very selective about who I have in my space now, because I think it's very important to keep my peace. You know what I'm saying? The peace that I obtained over these past couple months, I'm so grateful that God has enabled me to carry this peace on and to, share my story and to share some things with you guys. So, other things that toxic people say. I never said that. They make you feel like, that you're forgetting things, or, basically they have selective memory. They only remember the things that they want to remember. But if it's something that you're telling them that you don't appreciate, or something that they've done, if they really don't want to remember it, they're not going to remember it. Another good one is, I'm not angry, when they're clearly angry. You can see the veins popping out in their face, but they will swear up and down that they're not angry, they're not upset. But what I've learned is toxic people, they wake up in the morning angry. They always have a reason to carry on or have this chronic undertone of anger. You know what I'm saying? They always want people to feel sorry for them. They always want the pity party. You know what I'm saying? They use a guilt trip a lot. And that's all a part of manipulation. My favorite one is, it's your fault. So basically, for example, if I had a spouse or, someone I'm dating and they're cheating, and I would find out about it and I would confront them, and they would tell me it's my fault for X, Y, and Z reasons, which sounds ridiculous. So that's basically that boomerang effect where, you're telling them something bad about what you found out, but then they in fact come back and say that it's your fault why they did what they chose to do. Or another one is, you're broken, or you're emotionally unstable. They tell you that you're not this whole person. They're constantly telling you to work on themselves, but they have nothing to work on. They're just this perfect person. Another one, that someone who's toxic and gaslight says, nobody likes you. This is why no one wants to be around you. But when in fact, when they say that, that's their own interpretation of you. And whether they get the flying monkeys on their side or not, that's neither here nor there. But really, that's their interpretation about you. They really don't like you because they know that you're a strong person, and they know that, you're better than them. Another one is, you're petty or you're childish. People always want to put you down and say that you're childish when you're bringing up certain things that they do. But they don't understand that, no, I'm not childish. It's game recognizing game. My favorite one that toxic people say is, you can't take a joke. Have you ever had somebody just, always passively aggressive, say something to you or say something to put you down, but then at the end of it, they'll always say that they're joking? That's the biggest form of gaslighting. That is manipulation till its fullest. These people, they always want to hide a joke to something that they feel that is true about you, but they'll say they're joking just to cover it up, which is terrible. Like even, name calling, or, just saying that you don't have a sense of humor. The other thing toxic people could say is that you're insecure or jealous. And oftentimes they really feel that way about themselves. But that's just, once again, that's that boomerang communication where they're really telling you how they feel about themselves. They're really the ones that's jealous. Toxic people, like I told you guys before, narcissistic people, they don't have any empathy for anybody. Everything is all about them. If you're not on the bandwagon with them, then it'll just be a problem, and it will cause problems in your life. But I'm here to let you know that you don't have to take that kind of treatment. When people are passive aggressive with me, I just look at them, or I just call it out right then and there. You know what I'm saying? They could tell me that they're joking all day, but I know what the real is. I'm using my discernment to let me know that, no, you are serious about what you're saying. What you're saying has some truth. It holds some weight as to how you feel about me. The other one is the guilt trip. If you really loved me, is what they say, you'll do this, you'll do that. It's kind of like a quid pro quo. Well, like, if you do this, if you love me, you'll do this for me. Basically saying that, jump off a cliff for me. You know what I'm saying? If you really love me, take that leap. And it's like, no, I love you, but there has to be boundaries. Like I said, gaslighting comes in so many different forms, and toxic people are so good at manipulating how gaslighting really looks. Like I said, if you're always around people who, constantly want to put you down, or, make it seem like you're crazy, or the reality that they're spewing is, gold, that's just them trying to maintain their power. That's just them trying to hold weight to whatever it is that they, want to keep carrying on. But like I said, you can't let people gaslight you. You can't make people feel that your reality is not your reality. You have to stand firm on your boundaries. You have to let people know that you're on to them. Stop letting people slide. I stopped letting people slide a long time ago. You know what I'm saying? Once I realized what it was, and I kept calling stuff out, even with frenemies, they'll deny to this day, oh, no, I never said that. Oh, no, I never felt like that. Knowing deep down inside that that's exactly the way they felt. But toxic people, again, are so good at manipulating the truth. They don't ever want to tell the truth. They don't ever want to be found out. But you can't let people gaslight you, people. We have to be strong enough and bold enough in this walk of healing that we'll know the signs and not allow people to, get in our head. Like I told you guys in previous videos, I've been crazy so many times. At one point, I was starting to believe that. I was open and honest in the previous videos to let you guys know I had been diagnosed with a couple things. But once I started doing the research, once I started going back to therapy, I realized that I was abused so much that I really didn't have a fighting chance. For me, I came from a very toxic family, and I really feel like at this point, and I'm grown enough to say it, that my family uses religion as a cover up for their nasty behavior. And that's just what it is. They'll quote a Bible scripture quick or tell you that you're not living right, but you treat the people that have the same blood and, have the same blood as you treat them terrible. And most toxic people, they treat strangers way better than they treat their own family. And that's because they have to keep up and put up a facade. Narcissistic people and toxic people, they don't like for people to know that they're struggling. They don't like to let people know that anything's going wrong with them. So they have to put up this facade, and they have to smear your name. They have to tell lies on you. They have to try to manipulate any situation or anyone around them to make them believe that you're such a horrible person. But like I said, guys, once you point out the signs and you understand what gaslighting is, because gaslighting and manipulation goes hand in hand, you will feel so much better, and you won't allow people to walk over you. Stop allowing people to trample over you. Stop allowing people to get a one up on you when it's not necessary. And, it's still a hard lesson that I'm learning. But, like I said, the peace that I have obtained over these past couple months, I cannot be happier. Once I let the toxicity go, and once I really stopped caring about what people thought and what people had to say, because I know God knows my heart, and the people that really, truly love me and that are around me and talk to me on a daily basis, as long as they understand who I am and I know who I am, that's all that matters. So drop a comment below if you had any situations like this, or, anybody using any passive aggressive attitudes or expressions towards you. I would love to hear from you guys. Like I said, if there's a specific topic you want to talk about, you can email me at truth.tvpodcast@gmail.com. You can follow us over on Instagram at truth_TV podcast. If you know someone who's in a toxic or domestic abuse situation, you can dial the hotline number, the crisis hotline. The number is floating down at the bottom. It's 988. You can dial it from any phone, 24/7, 365. And until next time, I will holler at you later. Again, thank you so much to my subscribers. I really appreciate all the support. You guys be safe, and I will talk to you later. Peace.